Hello and welcome all. This is Dice of Ages presenting CrestVahllen, The Baker's Dozen, episode 29, An Idol Ceremony. Without further ado, let's get into the recap of the previous episode. As Masheni ponders the connection between the pillars, the idol, the broker, and the sunken queen, Tammy snoops about, sneaking into the back of the room of the Salty Temple. There he snags some sea leaf scripture and regards a beautiful painting depicting the Salty Mistress herself, a group of sea elves, and an eldritch idol. Meanwhile, a scoop wraps himself up in a clerical robe to make him look like a large deformed blowfish. Nakano distracts the salt marshal with a massage request, while Tammy hears whispers coming from the stairs that lead further down. The blue dragonborn returns to the group as the gang notice that the individual who underwent the ceremony now looks remarkably like a sea spawn, not to mention that the individual showed no signs of life before the ceremony. The group attempts to sneak downstairs, but a scoop gets stuck in a doorway, eventually becoming freed with the help of a parish member, his excuse being that he needs to use the bathroom, badly. The salt marshal almost awakens, but is lulled back to sleep by the soothing sound of magically produced shore waves. Delving down into the belly of the temple, the coral hallway gradually becomes akin to the odd stone/ore material that the idol is made of. The gang is quickly enveloped by darkness as Nakano leads the group forward into a dome-shaped chamber covered in carved pictography, depicting the origins of the sunken city, including a large, dark, tentacled mass at the ceiling's center. Now, let's get back to the action. Welcome back to CrestVahllen. Hello and welcome back. Last we left off, we were in this dark, domed chamber underground this temple, underground this Sunken Queen temple. The chamber is now made of this dark ore stone that the same as the eldritch idol that you have, and it has all these pictograms across it that you guys have noticed, or at least that Nakano has noticed, and she also has seen that on this pedestal in the center of the room that kind of looks like stone, like if the flesh was made stone, is another eldritch idol.
I ritually cast detect magic to see if
Sure.
I'm not trying to do on the idol. I'm trying to see if there's triggers around the idol that.
Sure. I mean, you're still fully blind. So, because it's still fully dark.
Isn't magic different though?
I mean, yeah. So you'll be able to detect magic, but you won't be able to see. So like you. So I mean, like you'll still be able to see. Like it's as if you put. You won't be able to see like regular stuff. You'll only be able to see magic stuff. Does that make sense? Like the aura that magic stuff gives off.
Yeah. That's more what I'm.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So you take 10 minutes to ritually cast it. What are the rest of you guys doing while he's ritually casting detect magic?
Is the whispering louder?
Oh yes. It feels like it's all.
I guess
around
I'll just.
now.
I'm gonna just.
And you're fully blind too.
Yeah, I'm gonna take out my bullseye lantern.
Yeah. You're in the dark. Something's holding your hand, and you're
whispering at me,
whispering everywhere.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's just
Thanks for turning on the light.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You pull out the bullseye lantern, and the rest of you guys can see now. What's
How big is this chamber?
I would say this chamber is like probably only 30 feet in diameter.
Well, should we make a kiss?
I mean,
you wanna pull out the eldritch idol from the book?
I mean, okay. Can I look at it in the page and see what it's doing?
It's
going bananas.
It's going bananas. It is frantic. It looks like it's like tearing at the edges of the pages, and you start to see like the edges of the pages.
Is it scared or is it like excited?
Ooh, roll an insight check. Can't tell. Could be both.
Can I try to look at the
Yeah.
page?
Sure.
What
yeah.
do you
Two?
guys think? Oh wait, no, I have pretty good insight. I forget that. 7.
7. Yeah, you can't tell. Could be both.
Okay.
I got 18.
18.
Yeah.
A scoop. Yeah, this thing looks both. This thing looks like it's like not quite sure. It's freaking out because it's from what you can tell, it looks like it wants control over the situation, but it doesn't have control over the situation, so it is freaking out because it could go either way. Like it could go bad for it or really good for it, and you don't know, and it doesn't know because it doesn't have control
So
over the situation.
wait, this idol that we're right next to isn't moving at all?
No, it's pure stone or
Same material as.
same material.
Another idol that isn't moving.
I mean, when we take it out of the page, is it going to be alive, or is it just going to be the idol? Question.
I don't know. And only Tammy can hear the whispers?
If you touch the book, you can hear it too.
Is it because I'm touching it? If I don't touch it, do I hear it?
You drop it on the floor.
Oh, hold no! I just give it to somebody else.
Okay.
That's a
Okay.
I'll hold the book.
You hand it to Macheni. The whispering eventually subsides, and Macheni, it gets
Okay.
in. You
Good, so I'm not crazy.
Well, not in this regard. I think we're all a little crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
Do I understand the whispering at all? Like, it's not any type of primordial or anything
it's
that, right?
dissonant. They're like dissonant whispers.
Okay.
It doesn't. It could be a language. You don't understand it.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is definitely making noise. I'll hand the book back to you because I don't want it. I don't want the hot potato.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take it. I like the whispering.
You do you, boo.
It's comforting.
That was sarcasm. I don't like the whispering.
All right. Do we notice anything else other than what you've described now? That there's light on, or like
Yeah,
at the
you
end
want
of?
you want to like case the joint?
Yeah.
Well, let's wait for the detect magic so we don't set any traps or anything.
That's a good idea.
Sure. Yeah. Here's what I'll say is that rather than investigation, I'll give you perception as you're just kind of like looking around. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool.
Ooh.
11.
19.
19. Tamron, you now look
7.
up. 17. Okay, so Nakano, you kind of point out all the pictography around the dome that has like been that has been like carved into the wall by who knows what. And as you're kind of like telling her, hey, look, like this looks like it tells a story. And as you get to like the top where that tentacled black mass is, you kind of point it out. And then Tamron's like, oh, wait a second. Tamron, you notice what looks like seams, like radiating seams of like circular radiating seams from that black mass. It looks as though parts of that wall are like movable. Like they either like retract and extend or turn, or you're not sure.
Are whisperings coming from the other idol, or are they coming from that
Right now
direction?
they're omnidirectional.
That might be a secret way out.
Right. Or another chamber.
It's only about 2 feet in diameter. The largest seam, because it's like there's a collection of circles that look like seams that get smaller and smaller, and the largest one is 2 feet in diameter.
Any kind of lever looking thing anywhere?
There's the like this like podium like thing. Well, not podium. It's more like a
Pedestal.
pedestal. Yeah. Let me see if I can draw what it looks like to give you an idea.
You're a rogue. You can pick locks and shit.
Is there?
No. Maybe.
It kind of looks like a bullseye, like the seams kind of look like that. I mean, I can't draw a perfect circle, but like they're getting smaller and smaller. It's on the ceiling of it, and like they get.
It's on the ceiling.
Yeah, kind of like you ever play with like a lightsaber?
Oh, so it's not a door at all.
It's on the
Yes.
ceiling, on the very, very top where that black mass
So,
is.
like-
It's like in the black.
Oh, so it
mass.
probably comes down into like a.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You ever
Is
look-
it like center on the idol?
It is. It
Right.
is centered right over the idol. It kind of looks like what a collapsed lightsaber does look like when you look at it when it's a toy and everything, and all those circles.
Mm.
Probably drips some magic juice on the idol. Like in Breath of the Wild, you know, the little things that drip onto the Sheikah slate.
Yeah, guess I. That's like a nanite technology, like a drop with a bunch of nanites in it.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
Do you want to like investigate further?
Oh, I was talking about in Breath of the Wild. Yes, I
Pretty
do.
sure that's what it is. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
way I would interpret it.
That's
It's all
interesting.
tech.
Yes, I do. I do want to investigate.
Cool. How do you want to get up there? Because it is a good like 20 feet up. It's like a
That's
20-foot
floating.
tall, 30-foot wide dome here.
I cast fly. No, I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Okay.
I don't think I have any third spell slots left anyway.
Nakano, would you be able to crawl up the wall and take a closer look if you want to, or do you think? What? I can't hear you.
Yeah, the mic isn't picking you up. So yeah, I'm sorry. You crawl up the wall.
Yeah, I crawl.
Much better. Yeah. Okay. Cool. You crawl up the wall. You get a closer look at this thing. Go ahead and roll an investigation check if you like.
10.
10. Your best guess, this thing could like maybe extend out. But you don't know
Okay.
what's under it.
Okay.
That's not smart.
That is fun.
I can see this conversation actually happening between Nakano and
This
Cammy.
is happening. This
Yeah.
is happening.
Yeah, mage
Yeah.
hand.
I'm telling her to poke it in the game.
Mage hand.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, good call. I poke with mage hands.
You poke it with Mage Hand.
Yes.
As you poke it with Mage Hand, nothing happens.
Okay. Oh man. I slap it with mage hand.
You slap it. You like that spank sound when you spank stone or you spank like
Yeah.
a bag of rice or a bag of fertilizer. Sure.
No, can I I'm gonna I can't do two cantrips at once, right? I want to press the digitation to make it sound like I'm slapping an ass.
Well,
I
if
mean,
one
I
is
can
concent- if
do
they're
a
both
druid draft
concentration.
on that if you want, like an
Yes,
animal
please.
farting noise.
Yeah.
There you go.
As you spank and make the wall fart, nothing happens.
Well, something
Yeah.
happened. That was fun.
What it is you do notice is that in the center, like in the bullseye part of this, it does look like there's a small hole that you don't know how deep.
I put the finger in the hole.
Oh,
Of the mage hand?
Yes.
Angela looks so pissed about that.
You should have, I don't know.
So frustrated. You put the finger of the mage hand in
I finger the hole.
You finger the hole.
stop.
She's so mad. You finger the hole. It's like you got your finger in the dam. You feel some resistance, but like almost like
Oh.
there's like something else in there that feels like almost spring loaded. Like you push, like you're not sure if it's a button or something, but you feel some resistance. And by putting your finger up in the hole, it looks like it sounds like you released something, and you now feel like the full weight of the stone
See?
upon your hand, but like this was like an emergency release, and how your hand can only hold 10 pounds.
Yeah.
This thing is heavier than that, so you see your hand start to fall down as this thing starts to and fall.
Sick.
And like it only each circle only extends so long before it's like, and it ends up looks like it's going to collide with the idol.
Sick. Does it break the idol?
It stops a centimeter right above.
Oh.
Damn it. Should put the book over the idol and just let it. Yeah.
And then the chamber around you starts to glow as what looks like some sort of liquid is being released from the top, and it's running through all the crevices of like the relief and the pictography, and it's starting to like give off this very, very dim purple glow. And it starts to run down this thing in right angles, this extended thing, and the tip of the bottom that came all the way down, or the tip of the top extending thing that came all the way down, begins to open and flay out, almost like a solar panel opening, like one of those like colander solar panels opening.
An array.
Kind of like an array. And it looks like it's getting, and then you see the eldritch idol start to vibrate, and the whispering is now yelling and screaming.
Cool.
Scoop, you finish casting your ritual detect magic, and you start to see static everywhere. So much so that the same stuff that you saw when you casted detect magic on the idol, and you saw that like weird purplish like faded static. It's everywhere. So much so that it's like causing you to like be difficult to see because there's so much static in your field of vision. It's in every direction, all over this dome, on the pedestal, on the thing. Like the only thing that isn't static are the silhouettes of your companions that are around you. And it is extremely distracting.
No other magic?
No, but like, I mean, but the static is being
magic.
like presenting as a form of magic, or like a school of magic that isn't recognizable by the spell.
Okay.
Because the spell is designed to recognize like abjuration, transmutation, necromancy, yada yada yada.
Okay.
The 7 schools of magic.
Spooky.
So now you start to see the eldritch idol now start to vibrate, and what looks like some sort of like dust, or you know when Thanos does his finger snaps, like some sort of disintegration thing, like appear to like be pulled off of the idol. Like microscopic dust of the ore started to be pulled off the idol and like into this array thing that appears to be traveling upward on the inside of this thing and going up into the wall. Anybody Outlander or Keen Mind or have, or wait, archaeologists. Right.
Yes. That's
Great. Yeah. So right. Knowing like where you delved down, you like imagine in your mind's eye that you're directly below, who knows how many feet below, but directly below the chamber where the ceremony took place to turn somebody into a sea spawn.
Okay.
And this chamber was just activated, meaning like the ceremony up there is like receiving energy from this thing right now.
Ah, I understand. So that's how they transform them into zombies. Is
And
by
you
doing
just
this, probably.
initiated it.
Yeah, but there's nobody up there doing it, right? It's probably fine.
Sure, yeah, whatever you say.
What is it like destroying the idol?
Right. I would say roll a. I'm gonna say you can either roll an Arcana check or an investigation check on this thing. Try to like get a better idea as to what this thing is actually doing from the idol.
What do you guys think is happening?
See static.
Let's see. By my calculations, you said investigation or arcana.
Yeah, either one of those is fine.
23.
23. Tamron looks at it and is like, what do you think? And Machete, and then Machete comes over and we're like, it looks like, with your like simic scientist, you know what like a microscope is, like, and you like kind of pull down your like your eye ocular like extending
My lenses. Yeah.
and like you get a little bit of a closer look as best as you can. It does look like microscopic pieces of this thing are being like pulled away via like sonic pulverization and being like supercharged. So you know how something dissolves faster when it's in smaller pieces, when it's like pulverized into powder? It looks like that this machine is facilitating that through sonic power of its own constituent material, and then charging that with magic and catalyzing it so that it is using the powder that it's being like dissolved as the power source to then possibly insert that into the actual like blood or the form of the person in the ceremony, so that there's actually small microscopic traces of the idol itself in all of these people that get transformed. So it's permanently in their blood, and so it maintains the transformation.
And the goo is actually like the that's coming down through. It's the, I'm just forgetting the word right now, but basically the material that soak it up, and then you can inject that material into.
It looks like magically charged salt water.
Yes, catalyst or the solution.
Yeah, it's
the solvent. Yeah, it's the solution, whereas the idol's the solvent. Yeah,
it looks like it itself looks like magically charged salt water that then is being infused with this like pulverized powder to become like a vaccine or an anti-vaccine, as it were. You know what I mean? And then being inserted into these people's blood, permanently transforming them.
By anti-vaccine, do you mean poison?
Yes, sure. Yeah. I mean, for them, it's like a vaccine. For you, it's probably like, oh shit, that's a mutagen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. That's interesting. Okay. So it is kind of very slowly destroying the item.
It is.
But we need to crank this shit up. We need to turn it up to max.
Right. It does seem to have the possibility to discorporate an idol. However, little.
Whatever the magic is, it's being used.
Right.
Is able to destroy the idol.
You've noticed that it's like through some sort of sonic vibration.
Mm-hmm.
I shout at the idol.
Break!
You shout at the idol. You shouted.
Maybe it's kind of like the can. What if we tried putting a spell into it? I mean, I hate to waste one of my very few spell slots, which I'm sure we're going to need to get out of this place.
Yeah, I mean, we could start with a cantrip. I mean, worst case scenario, it doesn't work. Nothing seems to happen. That's okay. We haven't lost anything.
Good point. I finger the hole.
You finger the hole again?
Yes.
Okay, so it is only a centimeter from the idol for you to like be able to finger, like your finger's too wide to like get without touching the idol. Does that make sense? Like, because the idol's like right here, and the idol's right here, and the syringe, as it were, of like the stone syringe that's like about a centimeter wide. Once it,
I'm just gonna try casting. I forgot the name of the spell. Death Hand. Chill touch.
Death Hand. Yes, I love that. That's actually pretty apt.
Death Hand is actually cool.
Yeah,
just touching the lightsaber with chill touch.
Sure, like the extended stone thing. Cool. It kind of looks like what's that one toy that you play with where you have to stack all the circles on the rod in the right in the right order, and you have to like move them from. There's like three
Yeah.
rods, and you have to. It kind of looks like that upside down, but like more extended. But sure, yeah, you can. You want to cast Chill Touch on it. Interesting. Where the chilling touched hand touches the lightsaber, as you call it. The yes, yes. The glowing material that's like dripping down it does glow brighter, but only like only as long as you keep the chill touch there, and then once the spell ends, it dissipates.
Do I notice any like change in the amount of material it's sucking from the item?
Ooh, that's a very good question. Why don't you go ahead and roll a perception check for me?
What do you guys?
I love every time
11.
you made to roll. You're like, but what do you guys think?
11.
A scoop. Your passive perception, as he says, what do you guys think? Absolutely, it looks like very, very, very minor, but it does look like some bigger pieces of powder are coming off of it rather than just this tiny, 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 tiny dust. In fact, like it's so imperceptible as far as the dust is concerned that only Machete could really tell that it was there. But now that he's done this like little chill touch, you can see, oh yeah, I see it now. But it still looks like very, very fine, like powder sand and that kind of thing.
It's gotten bigger. So, should we continue?
I mean, what if we all try putting a cantrip in again, trying to save the big guns for later a little bit?
I mean,
We
I
can.
don't have a damaging. I can cast a light on it.
I mean, maybe it's not necessarily damaging. I think maybe it just be the magical reserves, right? I mean, I'll do that too with Druidcraft.
I guess I can do guidance, right? Oh no.
You're gonna guide the upside down lightsaber, the stalactite.
I'll just do light.
Okay.
I'm not even sure if it'll work, but it's what I got.
Okay. Cool. You have to touch it, don't you?
Yes.
That paper moving is so loud.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So you touch it with light, and you cast Druidcraft.
Yeah.
On it. What are you trying to make it do?
I want to make it turn purple with light.
All right. You're trying to make it turn purple. What is it you're doing with your Druidcraft?
Trying to cause petals to form around the side of the aperture to even make it a more concentrated aperture. So, like, for where this stuff is coming out.
I
so
understand. You're trying to like clog the opening a little
not
bit.
clog it,
I know,
not
you
clog.
might make it
well,
smaller. I understand what you're saying.
so that it increases the power of the beam.
Right. Interesting. How smart. Cool. That's really cool. Cool. What are you doing, Nakano? Are you dropping any spells into this thing?
Anything? I don't think anything that I could would help.
Well, you do have your web spell once per day.
Yeah, I know.
So, a Scoop and Machete are casting Light and Druidcraft on the thing, respectively. What are you doing, Tamron?
I'll keep casting Chill Touch on it. Just like
Cool. Awesome. You do so. All three of these cantrips hit this thing. Some blooms begin to blossom at the aperture, as you said, the whole of it, trying to make it smaller and concentrated. You see that where these where these cantrips like make contact with this collapsing stalactite, cause those portions of it to glow brighter as this like glowing salt water is running down it. It almost feels like tinnitus. You hear like the as the sound starts to get a little bit. You actually it starts to be a little audible now, and the sound gets higher and higher pitched. And you do notice that some larger pieces are starting to fall off, so much so that some of the pieces that are starting to fall off are too heavy to be sucked up by the array, and some of them start to drop to the floor. However, it's still very small, and if you guys continue this, it could work. It's like right now, it's like you are trying to sand down a block of wood with a very fine sandpaper. Eventually it will run it down completely, but it's going to take a while.
And I got spell slots to spend.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so we noticed that it is doing it. Do we want to destroy their idol? Both idols?
They're
Just
both like
ours?
the same thing, right? I mean, we feel like we kind of want them all. It's all destroyed, right? Maybe not though. Maybe it's not important. Maybe we just leave this one here and then leave.
Yeah, I don't know.
How many of these things do they have? Do they just have a whole bunch of them? Like how worn does this one look? Does it look like they've been doing this for a while on this one particular idol? Like, is it like worn down?
That's a very good question.
Fresh? Is it freshy?
I'll say, with your archaeological background, you can tell, especially like kind of how old this thing and how worn this thing is. You can tell by the fact that its engravings, like how deep the cuts are that give detail, are not as deep as the one that you have. Meaning, like, yeah, this thing's probably been here for a while, having pieces of microscopic pieces of itself being pulled off. It's a little bit more rounded. It doesn't have as many sharp edges. Yeah, it's been here for who knows how long. If you had to take a guess with like microscopic erosion, with how much this is doing, this thing's your big best guess is that it's probably been in use like this for not as long as it is old, because you have an idea as to how old these things are. They're older than most things on the planet, but it doesn't look like the use that causes it to deteriorate is anywhere near that old. Like the wearing of this thing is far more recent. Meaning that it probably hasn't been used to do this type of artificial mutation until more recently. But it does look like it's been used quite a bit, maybe hundreds or thousands of times.
Okay.
So, if it's been used hundreds or thousands of times and it's only this well worn, I'm not hopeful for even if we were dumping all of our spell slots into this thing today for it to completely break down, right? But it is doing.
She froze?
Do anything to these.
Yeah, she froze for a minute.
So.
What did you say, Noel? You froze.
Oh, I said, but this is the only thing that can even do anything like this to these fuckers. So I think we could. It's up to us. Do you guys want to dump a slot in more, or like? I'm just worried that we won't be able to even make a dent in these guys. I mean, we'll make some dent, but not with what we got today, and certainly not before we get caught.
Let's ask our favorite companion. Hey, Hurt, what do you want to do?
Is she with us?
Yeah, she's been with us the entire time, but TJ
Oh my
forgot.
Fuck.
She's just in my backpack. She's chilling.
Yeah, she's just
And the
chilling.
baboose.
It's
her nap time.
Yeah, she's papoosed.
It's her nap time, yeah. She's been sleeping. It was a big day for her yesterday. She's just napping. She almost got killed by a tentacle. She's been napping.
You know, jet lag's terrible, but interplanar travel, whew.
Yeah, it really takes it out of you.
Yeah.
All right. Do we know what? It's just magic that goes into this. We don't really need any effect of it. Like,
It's one way to find out.
shush.
All right. I'll do it.
Okay.
Fuck it. Should we put the other in case it's like bad effective? Should we put the other idol underneath here and see if it destroys both of them at the same time?
No,
Just in case.
no.
All right.
You think
Well, we gotta
just
do
one
it
at a
eventually.
time?
Yeah.
So that they don't like, you know, both of them get the, like you were saying with the kissy face, but like they do the kissy face together, like not
That's what I'm
activating
saying.
it.
Become one
But yeah,
kissy
that's
face.
true. Maybe they would just
Yeah.
destroy each other.
Could certainly try.
Should we try? I mean, we got to take this thing out eventually, right?
Can we take take that one and put it in the book and see what happens?
Ooh.
So it's like contained still.
I don't want. Maybe they'll destroy each other in the book.
Well, that's,
Yeah.
that's better.
Can we put them on the same page?
We can't do the
I
same
mean,
page.
it goes
Okay.
through the pages itself.
It goes
so-
through the pages, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting. Let's fucking do it.
Let's blow
I'm
up.
here for that.
Let's do this.
Yeah. Go. All right. Let's this idol. I'll take it with Mage Hand and put it in the book,
Yeah.
right next to the other idol, as close as I can get to the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You as you pick this thing up with Mage Hand and you get closer to the book and you open up the book, this thing is ravenous. It is doing its best to like try to tear itself out of the book, wanting to get to this idol. And you
Let's
see
together.
something new happen to this thing. The spine that is its head, a seam begins to form from the split of this, like the tip of the spine, far back, and it looks like it's like splitting open.
Yeah. Ooh,
Cool.
flop
No going back now.
it in the boot.
You pop it in the book. You say the magic word. You put it in the book, and there's a moment where the whispering stops. Then you hear a blood-curdling, shrill scream. All of you come from the book as the book itself jumps out of your hands and begins flopping on the ground.
What we done?
It is.
Mage hand.
It's so loud you guys have to cover your ears as it is just, and you see pages being torn from the book itself as it's starting to like shred itself apart.
Oh no!
Was it?
You guys see what looks like cross-stitch arms and spines like come out of the book into the air, like just suspended in the air before they're like pulled back into the book, and things are grabbing things, and you see gnashing and ripping and tearing and splitting and bones snapping and flesh and sinews just tearing, and sounds of books being stretched and things being, this blood-curdling scream is not just one voice, but many, and sometimes in many, many different languages. And this goes on for several minutes. A scoop, you hear some what sounds like echoing footsteps coming from down the hall.
I'm pooping.
Privacy, please. I'm pooping.
It's just
Prestidigitation to make extremely loud fart sounds.
Yeah.
Thaumaturgy?
Yes.
Okay,
Thaumaturgy?
you do. That's great. Can you please roll a performance or deception check for me?
I'll do that too. I'll do
You're doing
thaumaturgy.
thaumaturgy,
Yeah. Yeah, thaumaturgy.
Yeah.
and I'll do druidcraft for the smell.
Amazing. This is insane.
Natural 20.
You're fucking
So-
kidding me.
Yeah.
What's the total on that?
You ripping ass, yo. 23.
23. What
Easy,
did you,
but it goes,
Ass.
what did you
gotta
get
go-
for your performance and deception check at Scoop?
It's both.
Just either or.
The dirty 20.
Dirty 20. And what about you?
2. It's very nice smelling poop.
It's a
That's
good
all.
poop. So it's like you ate a lot of lavender. So you guys make this. And you're just a blood curdling stream like you're giving birth to this poop as you're trying to cover up these other.
Yeah.
Angela doesn't want any part of it. So it's like you're just all these screams giving birth to this bowel movement, and all and the smell of lavender goes down the hallway, and you'd hear echoing. Are you okay? Is everything all right?
Sick.
Oh, pardon me. Please take your time. Just try to keep it down.
I'll try.
Ah! Ah!
Just give me like 5 minutes. I don't know. I just really
the
hurt.
sounds of bones snapping echoing down the hallway. Like, did your ass fall off? Everything all right?
It hurts.
Like, all right, well, if you need medical attention, just let me know. And you successfully tricked this person into thinking you're just having a traumatic poop experience. This is absolutely insane.
The things that I rolled
D&D.
that 20 on.
Yo, I
Life or death situations, no, but fart sounds, yes, not 20.
Fantastic. After you casting all these spells and you finish, the screaming suddenly stops. And you turn around and you see the book in tatters. Absolute tatters. Like the binding is bent backwards. The corners are frayed. There's a bunch of pages that have been like torn to shreds that are left on the floor. What do you do?
Pick up the book and look at any remaining pages and if there's any trace of the idols pages.
Cool. What else did you have in the book?
Nothing.
Nothing. I think.
You didn't store
Right.
anything else in the book?
No.
Wild. Okay, the book is missing. It had, how many pages does the book have? I say at least someone had it written
Say
down.
30,
43.
43. That seems high.
I think it
It was
was
out of
somewhere
I
around
rolled
there.
some d10s.
Yeah.
They're called Tome of Dragon's Hoard.
Yes.
We used one of 47 pages.
Okay, so the book has lost 25 whole pages in this
Ooh.
event. Of 25
You know,
pages
mark
have been either absolutely entire ripped out and torn to shreds or unusable and are now tatters.
So, what does the idol look like, though?
You pick it up, you take a look at it.
I mean, Tamara's the one holding it, I assume.
Yes, I'm looking at it.
Okay, you pick it up, you look at it, you start flipping through the pages. Eventually, you find far off in one of the corners of a page, curled up, bleeding and wounded, what looks like one of these creatures. Extremely wounded, very hurt. And on the page opposite it, what looks like dismembered pieces, and the page itself is fully bleeding onto the floor. Crimson drops dripping down your wrist and onto the floor.
Whoa. Should we rip these pages out and then try to destroy this like really broken one with this thing?
Well, We can try
Maybe.
and get the weaker one. Yeah.
Because now that well, one of them's dead, right? And then the other one's with the weak one in the thing. Maybe it will be destroyed. One of them is destroyed, right?
Yeah, one of them looks like it's been torn asunder, and the other one looks extremely hurt.
So let's take the one that's dead and put it in and see what happens. And
Uh,
the little.
You can even tell that the one that looks extremely hurt, the spine is like ripped off. The spine that like was its head is just like snapped and ripped off, and it's just like has this kind of like flaccid musculature thing for where its head should be.
What do you guys think?
We see what where it should
Why not?
its head should be.
A flaccid tubular musculature thing where
Yeah.
like the spine head was.
Okay.
It's a tubulature.
But we can,
He's
I
a
mean-
flat tubulature.
Okay.
Sorry.
I knew when
What-
I said it,
yeah,
I was
what do
like,
you think?
how
We got
else am I
one
going to
vote.
describe this?
One vote for yes.
Yeah, take it out. Take the one out that looks beat up, or the one that's active.
what's blood?
Maybe we try the beat up the dead one first, and then see what happens there, and then try the.
Yeah.
You want to rip out the bloody page and try to like reanimate it?
Not reanimate. Yeah, I guess so. Just see
Yeah,
what
like,
what's
that's-
left.
that's how you
Pieces of
take-
the like
Take
yeah.
things out of the book. You rip out the
Yeah.
page and you say the command word to bring it back to like its corporeal form.
Yes.
So yeah,
Can I take samples?
Go
Can I
ahead.
take samples of that blood, or put in a vial?
I'm sure.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
if you'd like to, yeah, you can collect some of that blood. You can. Miss
Yeah.
Shenny's got plenty of vials for you to do that with.
Please.
Here you go.
Sure, you can collect some of the blood. You cork it up. It looks weird. You know how like some liquid has that like metallic swirl bit in it. This kind of has like a swirl bit where it can't be, no matter how many times you shake it, it can't be like heterogeneous. It remains homogeneous. Where like the two liquids like oil and water are not mixing, but they're not floating on top of each other. They have
It's
the same amount of
emulsified.
That's crazy.
yeah, they have the same buoyancy. So one is just looks like pure blood crimson, and another looks like this kind of swirling black material that you're not familiar with. But yeah, you collect it. Tamron, you tear out the page. You say the command word. You activate it, and falling from where the page was are a bunch of bloody limbs, just that just fall to the floor.
Corporeal, huh?
Corporeal bloody limbs of a
Limbs.
full like creature.
Prestidigitation to burn them.
Okay, cool. Yeah. It looks like all of these limbs and like body parts were from a large-sized creature, like a living flesh and blood large-sized creature. There are parts that look like they are from 6 hands and 6 arms or legs, a long tail-like leg and a long crane-like head. It looks like there are pieces of shattered spine with like nervous musculature within it. Yeah, and you want to burn them here? Okay, cool. Just so you know, there's no ventilation here.
I mean, we could put it back in the book, right?
Yeah, let's just put it back in the book,
Well,
so there's no trace.
I feel like we need to destroy them here, though. If we bring them back to our planet, aren't they just going to be?
So as soon as the
Idols
body
again?
parts like have a moment to settle here, the blood that is like seeping from them, that is not in the vial, it's not contained, begins to evaporate. And the body parts start to like melt, like a witch in the Wizard of
Oh.
Oz, like I'm melting.
Oh, nice. All right, never mind.
melting.
But this begs the question that, given that this was a creature, came out like this, I think the other one, if we tried doing that instead of being an idol, it might also be.
It might also be a thing that we can kill, or it'll just die like this. These pieces will just melt.
Well, is the other one hurt at all? Like, does it look okay?
Yeah. No. it looks bad, right? I mean, see,
That's not.
it does look hurt. It's just, yeah. I mean, are you guys ready to fight something if it does stay like a creature like this?
Not necessarily. It is really hurt.
I mean,
so
this is it, right? This is why we're here. I feel like, right? We gotta destroy. It's gotta die. It's gotta end here. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we
Do or die.
try to take it out so that it lands under the lightsaber? You know?
That's a good idea.
Yeah, you know that when you tear out the page, and then you can put the page wherever you want, and then you say the command word, and then it reanimates.
Let's do that and then have the thing be going at the same time.
What if
And
we
then
rip the page out and then burn the page? Have we ever even considered that?
I believe it actually says what that does in the item itself, but let me double check.
What if just like we could have destroyed this thing by burning the page?
We didn't need to travel to another plane. It was just.
Well, we also, I guess, we destroyed this one too, which is good. I guess even. So.
Yeah.
Let me just check, make sure.
So it's considered dead, right? The one that melts.
Yeah.
How would that work with speak with dead?
You speak to that one?
I don't know. It was whispering. When it was saying all the like audible whispers, we all speak different languages, so did we hear anything what it said?
It actually doesn't say what happens when you burn the page, but when the pages get destroyed, the item within the page just topples out on the floor.
You don't even need a word necessarily.
Yeah.
Right. It's not like you
Yeah,
can put
you don't really
the
need a
page
word.
back in the book.
Yeah, as soon as you tear it out, you have like a second before the thing starts to reanimate. So if you want to like tear it out and throw it onto the thing, you can.
Let's do that. And
How's is that one that fully melted or gone?
Yeah, it's like it's like slowly melting, but it's like it's on its way out. It's like dissolving and evaporating.
Let's wait for that to be fully gone before we rip this one out.
Sure. Yeah, it seems like
idea.
it's almost like the atmosphere is like dissolving it. Like the atmosphere is toxic to it.
Oh, that's good.
I'm gonna take a sample of the atmosphere and just stick that in the vial.
Sure.
Too.
Sure, you just take bottled air, you got it.
Well, since we're limited on
yeah,
things,
exactly, just like that.
Can we get more of that blood sample or more vials
It's
of blood?
disappearing though, right?
It is evaporating.
No, the one in the book.
That one's not.
it's-
That one's the page itself is not bleeding. It just looks like it's like has an illustration of it bleeding in the
So
in the book.
we got
Why would they fight each other if they're like supposed to be brethren?
I don't know.
Who says they are?
I don't know. I mean, they look similar. I would think.
That just might be the only place like all they do is just like fight and kill, just pure chaos, right?
Hmm.
That's a very good question. I'm gonna say, Macheni, you can roll a nature check.
Okay.
And Tamron, you can roll a history check.
It just doesn't make sense. What? Just don't make sense.
8.
8.
7.
7. That's tough. It's a tough one. You're not really sure what it is that they're doing because there was like under the direction of what maybe the broker, they were working cooperatively. So it's doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. You don't know. So what are you guys doing?
We're just waiting for it to evaporate.
Oh
and
yeah,
then
I
we're
mean
good.
if you wait
Yeah.
like 5-10 minutes, it's gone.
All right.
Kana, you seem like you like to rip things. You want to do the outing.
Oh, and do you guys want to
I
have
don't know, you
spells
just
for
give
it?
off liking to rip things, but
Like, speak out.
things are ripping things. No? Do you not like to rip things?
Rip and
Sure.
tear. So you guys ripping the page out?
Maybe have a spell ready to make it to put into the lightsaber so it's a little bit more active or something.
I'll use my blade.
Yeah, you're playing. Yeah,
You guys gonna prep stuff?
Can I prep the action of magic missiles into the monster? Here's the thing: if it's a monster, magic missiles into the monster. If it's an idol, magic missiles into the
The stalactite?
lightsaber.
The lightsaber.
Yeah.
Okay. People are gonna get so confused.
I don't know what it is.
It's like a collapsible stalactite, is what it's kind of like.
Yeah, but what is it though?
It's just a mechanism that it just
Scope.
like a
Into
scope.
the scope.
Yeah.
I'll
Go ahead.
I'll prep my Horizon Walker ability, just like force damage and prep an arrow.
For an attack, no spells. Okay.
Yeah.
To attack
Yeah,
the
your sword
creature.
ready?
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Scoop?
Like some good berries from the Staff of Vineyard.
You're gonna what? I'm sorry?
Collect some good berries from the Staff of Vineyard
Okay, you finished collecting the good berries?
and hand them out.
Okay. Are you
Is out
prepping
of spells.
Are you prepping any stuff?
I will cast light
Okay.
and change it to orange.
Are you prepping that for when it turns, or are you casting it now?
So yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so because you don't have any spells left.
I do.
Okay.
I'm just not sure if spending a level 3 on Speak with Dead would do anything.
Okay. Goodness, Stella. Conehead. She really wants to play. Okay, cool. So, Nakana, you grab the book and you slice out the page and you like catch the, sometimes when you like take like a ruler and you catch a piece of paper and you move it along the air with it and you just kind of like, it just kind of folds around the ruler. You kind of slice it and catch it with the broad side of the blade and just swipe it as it begins to like disintegrate and transform into this odd musculature of weird thing and just kind of release it right below this like telescoping stalactite. The rest of you cast magic missile and
Well,
sure, I'm gonna
depending on
describe what you
it
see.
is.
Yeah, I'm gonna describe what you see in a moment.
As it-
So once this transformation finishes, which takes like half of a second, you see that it's half idol and half creature. It looks like half of the idol is still intact as it kind of like lays on the pedestal, whereas the other part is looks like the upper half of it, what like the spike is missing and one of its hands is cut off, but it looks like it's like clawing and trying to like its lower half of its body is still stone and idol, whereas the other part is like clawing and trying to drag itself off of the pedestal that is musculature and creature that is quite large. And it's so much so that it's so big that it's pushing its body up against the point of the telescoping stalactite, and it's like pressing into it like a pin cushion. Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So it's both. Your prepped things go off. Are you magic missiling the stalactite or the creature?
I guess I'll do 2 to the stalactite, 2 to the creature.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. What level magic missile is this?
Level 2.
Level
So
2.
there's 4. And let me do my wild magic.
Sure.
What do you do?
Oh shoot, I need
Of
my
course, wild magic goes off because I rolled a 1.
24.
Okay, let me finish his wild magic first.
26.
26. Shadows cling to you, granting you advantage on stealth checks for 1 minute.
Oh, great.
He's gonna survive.
The 9.
Cool. Nakano, what are you doing during this?
What did you just do?
I cast magic missiles at the pillar and the monster because it was like half monster, half idol.
And then
so
can you
I
tell me how
noticed the
much
difference?
damage those magic missiles
Yeah.
did? Nakano, what is it you're doing?
I mean, the only thing I feel like I can do is maybe use my web. Should I use my web?
Yeah.
My web. Oh, you think that?
Yeah, cool. Do you want to like use your web to try to make this thing stay where it is and like stick it where it is and kind of get both it and the stalactite in the same blast?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, cool.
Use my web at all.
Cool.
Might be a little rusty.
That's okay. I think actually I need to roll dexterity saving throws, right? Or something like that. Is that what it
Yeah,
says in the
you
web
do.
spell? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you know your DC?
Yeah, it does. I do.
Okay, I only got a 12. I rolled really terribly.
Yeah. My save DC 14.
14. Okay, so that fails. So the creature that is like half stone idol, half musculature, weird, is stuck, attached as you web this creature onto the stalactite. So it's now stuck. It was trying to like pull itself off. It's stuck. As the web hits the stalactite, it starts to and like give like a gong sound and glow as the web where it touches is not just purple but like this rainbow fluorescence, like cycling rainbow, as it starts to like the web starts to be absorbed by the stalactite and starts to and you hear like the it's like it starts to ramp up. The sonic sound starts to ramp up like by a exponential degree as it was when you were casting cantrips into it. You cast your magic missile. How much damage to the stalactite and how much damage to the creature?
7 into each.
7 to each. You got it. As your magic missiles go pew, pew, and hit the stalactite, it starts to ramp up and spin up even higher. As it starts, you can hear it's now almost ear-splitting how powerful this sonic burst is. And you start to like hear like bone crunching and snapping and like shredding of flesh under this sonic beam. Misheni, you got a 24 to hit.
That's
did
correct.
The other 2 missiles do anything?
They hit the creature. They did 7 damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they hit the creature and they fully did 7 damage. Yeah.
That's correct. Does 24 hit the creature?
That hits.
That's 20 points of force damage.
Oof. This thing looks fucking hurt and bad. Here's the thing. As you start to damage this thing and it looks like it is getting really, really fucked up, you start to see some of its form, not near the stalactite, but near the edges of its form, like its hands that are still there, that are taking a shit ton of damage, are like kind of peel away, very like Thanos snap style, and you see those disintegrated bits start to head back to the book. Like it's trying to retreat back into the book.
Like hold the book away.
You hold the book away. You're like, no, you
Yeah.
can play keep away with the book. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
A scoop. You cast light into the thing, and it gives it another small boost of energy. The sonic vibrations coming out of this thing are intense. You see the idol crack and split, but it's not completely pulverized yet. And when it cracks and splits, it's like the shell of a turtle splitting, and it just lets out this blood curdling scream. It is in a lot of fucking pain, guys. I'm gonna need everybody to roll for initiative real quick just to see who goes next, to see if this thing has a chance to do anything. Sure.
Could I have popped off my second
Attack? Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so it was above 24 to hit, so then that's 6 points of piercing damage for that one.
You got it. This thing looks fucked. It's
okay.
Very, very damaged. And the more damage you're doing to the creature, you're noticing it is putting more and more energy into trying to retreat into that book.
I have done a bonus action too, or
no, you can only hold an action. You can only hold an action. You can't hold a whole turn. You can only prep an action to use as your reaction. So that's what would happen. But now we're going to do initiative. Go ahead, Michelle. What'd you get?
7.
7.
how do you
First on this fight that's almost over, I finally roll high initiative.
I mean, it's still better, man, than nothing.
What'd you get, Tamron?
Yeah. 19.
19. Nakano?
Oh.
Hmm. 6.
6. Okay. The scoop?
15. You forgot my
Uncharacteristically low.
character.
No.
It's uncharacteristically low.
Hurt's asleep. She's fully asleep. She's wiped out.
After all that screaming, holy crap!
Um,
Farting and
let's see.
natural
She
24.
She's got a natural 1 to wake up, so she's still asleep.
You want to return the arrow?
Isn't that the opposite of what you do normally?
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck. She wakes up. You want her to wake up? Hurt wakes up in your papoose, Tamron, and she's like, "What the hell's going on?"
My papoose.
Don't worry, go back to sleep.
She's wide awake now for that natural
Tamron,
one.
you're up first with the 19.
Really? No, not fine.
Sorry.
No.
Need any more spells?
Where's the fearful one?
I'm just gonna chill touch it.
Okay.
What level are we at? We're at 7, right?
Yeah, we're at 7.
7. Yeah, I get 2d8 now. Wait, is that right? 2d8? Seems like a lot of damage.
Yeah, no, that's.
I have to make a ranged spell attack, though.
Yeah.
And use touch in a while. My attack is 11.
11 unfortunately does not. It reaches out. It's like one of its left hands, and it just slaps that hand out of the way, like it could actually touch it, like its etherealness, and it just reaches into the realm that it was in and just bats it away. As it's in self-preservation mode. Anything else then, Tamron?
Just continuing to try to not let it get back into the book.
Cool. So you're like running around in circles in the chamber.
Yeah.
Are you like running down the hall, or are you just running around circles in the chamber?
No, I'm just running in circles, yeah.
Perfect. Cool. That brings us to a scoop.
So is this technically a creature?
Yeah, it's half creature, half object.
I'm gonna do Curse of the Raven. So 19 or 20.
Oh, Curse of the Alip. Right?
Yeah, Curse of the
Yeah.
Alip.
So you crit on a 19 or 20. I understand. Yeah.
And it takes an additional 1d6.
Cool. You see
Necrotic.
a scoop kind of like fade into his like half like shadowy ghostly form and start to float. Do I need to roll save, or are you attacking?
Oh yeah, it's yeah, you got to roll wisdom.
Okay. That is a 21 wisdom save.
Yeah, you're fine.
Is it done? Nothing happens if they save?
Nothing happens.
Okay. Any bonus actions? Or was that your bonus action, the thing? Yeah.
No, that was my action.
The curse was your bonus action, right?
Was an action.
Oh, it makes it roll wisdom save because it's for fear? Or what was the wisdom save for?
That was for Curse of the... Wait, what? No. It's cursed.
Oh, you curse. I
19 or
understand.
20.
Okay, so it's. I'm sorry. You were casting the curse on it. I understand. I'm sorry. Right. It's not something you do to yourself. It's something you do to it. Right. So it resists the curse.
Yes, and then I do a spiritual weapon.
Oh, great. Awesome. Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll the attack for that.
And
10. Your needle kind of whiffs as this thing, like it looks like it's gonna go right through its form, and then it's like fully like Clayface style. Its form just opens up a hole in it and lets the needle pass like harmlessly through, and then meld itself back together.
All right.
Ooh, creepy. Cool. That was the spiritual weapons attack, and now it is its turn.
Back.
You move back. You back up closer to the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. It's now its turn. It is going to, if I believe I have this right, cast something.
Nice.
Bum.
I love when it casts something.
It's going to cast Feeble Mind on I believe the person that heard it the most, which is Macheni.
What type of save do I need to make, or is it just
It's a save. It is a intelligence saving throw.
It's not bad.
great?
Whether or not you save from this, you still take this amount of damage.
Okay. Cool.
You take 12 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And let me know what you got in your intelligence saving throw.
8.
8. That's a failure. Your intelligence, both your intelligence and your charisma scores become 1. And you can't cast spells, activate magical items, understand language, or communicate in any intelligible way. You can, however, identify your friends, follow them, and even protect them. At the end of every 30 days, you can repeat this saving throw against the spell. If you succeed, the saving throw, the spell ends. It can also be ended by a greater restoration, heal, or wish. It cast a 8th level spell on you. It does not want to go down. Yeah, it fucks you up really bad. But you can still shoot.
Did we really do the most damage, or did the priest upstairs did?
30 days.
Yeah, but there are other things you can do it. Like there are such things as greater restoration if you can convince like one of the temple heads to like restore you, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
which is going to be real. Yeah, exactly. Like, he fixed me. I just, destroyed your sacred object. No biggie, right?
Sean, if you and Angela are talking, I'm having trouble. I can't hear you. I don't think the game.
No, sorry. What just happened? It seemed like something bad just happened.
It casted an 8th level enchantment spell on Macheni called Feeble Mind that made both her intelligence and charisma scores go all the way down to 1.
And forever?
No.
For 30 days.
For
I
30
can make the
days.
spell
Can I
again.
do I still have counterspell? What did I not? Do I not still have counterspell? Oh, I do. Oh, I don't have any third level spell slots. Can I use my fourth level spell slot to counterspell that?
You absolutely can. You absolutely can. It is an 8th level spell, so you're going to have to roll a spellcasting check to see if you can counterspell it. Go ahead and roll a d20 and add your
Personally,
spellcasting
roll wild
modifier.
magic.
You do have inspiration and was it something?
Why did my
luck?
wild magic always
And
so
luck.
low?
Did wild magic go off?
I mean,
No.
it just went off.
Okay.
So
So here's the
I
deal.
rolled a 3.
Okay, so here's the deal. Your spellcasting modifier is your proficiency bonus plus your charisma modifier. Okay. So what's that bonus?
Charisma 3, 6.
6. Okay, so here's the deal. You need to beat an 18. 10 plus 8, which is the spells level. You have to roll a d20, add 6. You have to roll a 12 or higher to successfully counter this spell.
You have inspiration and bad luck.
Yeah, right. You have bend luck. You do
I
have.
don't think I have any bend luck left. I have no more sorcery points.
You have Tides of Chaos. Oh, you don't have Tides of Chaos, but you do. You do.
No, I do not.
Oh, you do not. Okay, but you do have a DM inspiration if this goes badly.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
here
is
we go.
true.
Go ahead and roll that d20. Get a 12 or higher.
I use my DM inspiration.
So you roll another d20. It's like a luck point.
13.
Oh my
Shit.
god!
So we're good.
Woo!
19.
That was huge.
Noelle's webcam just froze at the perfect moment. She's still disappointed.
That was huge. You saved Machini's life. That was massive. That was huge. So you go ahead. What?
We underestimated
I can't
this
see. But because I paused and it was just like as you were about to roll that the stream paused for me. So what
He rolled
happened?
He rolled a
You're
13.
saved.
He uses DM inspiration and rolled a 13. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That would have been
problem.
Noelle, can you do me a favor and
Jesus.
just tap on your mic real quick?
Thank God
Okay,
for
cool.
counterspell.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing. So here's what happens. You see this thing ramping up to cast a very powerful spell, and as you're running around in circles with the book over your head, you're like, nope. And you like whip your hand around and attempt to cast counterspell, and it like doesn't work the first time, and you're like, fuck this. And you like tuck the book under your hand, and you like go Kamehameha style and go boom, and finally shoot out the counterspell, and it just blasts the spell out of the air and dissipates it against the wall. And you're like, that's not happening. And the spell is countered. And you don't get feeble-minded. Boom,
That
just
was
like that.
huge. That was huge.
Huge. That is the it is going to, it can cast a spell and attack on its turn because it has a special ability that lets it do that. It is going to, I believe, the only person that's close enough right now, but it's stuck because it can't move because of Nakano's web, so it can't pursue you at all. So it can't reach a Scoop because he ran away. I assume Tamron, you're on the outskirts of the thing running around in circles.
Yes.
So actually, I think it can. No, it can't reach you. So the other person it can reach is Macheni or Nakano. It's going to go for Macheni because it tried to cast a
hate
spell.
me.
It missed you, and you did the most damage to it. That is only a 17 to hit.
Miss.
Whoo!
By
Lucky.
one.
Misses
By
by
one.
one as it like tries to rake at you with one of its hand/feet claws. Cool. That's the end of its turn. It is now Macheni's turn.
Well, fuck you too. And I bonus action, planar warrior, and then I'll get my bow at the ready. That's 25 to hit for the first one.
25 hits. Yeah.
That's 18 points of force damage.
You got it.
And the second is 26 to hit.
26 hits.
with 6 points of piercing damage. So
This thing looks really fun. This thing looks like it's on death's door. Like you shot off an entire arm for this thing and pinned it to the wall behind it, and it starts to dissolve. Now being apart from its form, like the toxicity of the environment starts to dissolve it.
And I duck back so that I'm doing like pop shots from the doorway.
Okay, cool. You go like where Scoop is going down the hallway as you're like shooting.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's stuck there. It can't move. With Nakano. Cool. Nakano, that's your turn. So Nakano, you notice a couple things. This thing is getting fucked up. The more this thing is getting fucked up, the harder and stronger it's trying to retreat into that book. As you see parts of it like not dissolving from the air, but like trying to seep into the book, and it like makes a trail of particles in the air trying to enter the book. You also notice that it appears to be, because it is like half idol and half creature, it like your kind of like phantom instincts are kicking in, realizing that its soul is split in two, meaning that in order to truly defeat this thing, both of these things need to be destroyed independent of each other. Make sense?
Yeah. To attack the object too.
Yeah, but we also know
about-
that like the object itself is like immune to like the damage that you usually do. The only thing that seems to be damaging it is this like sonic stalactite thing and
Yeah,
putting magic
what
into
happened
it.
with it?
It's split in two. It's also very heavily damaged. Both sides of this thing, both parts of its soul are extremely heavily damaged, but they're not gone yet.
Okay.
They're both on death's
And
door.
what damage?
Well, we don't want the book to be. We just want the idol or the monster. But the thing that damages the idol is the stalactite.
Yeah. It's more like your instincts.
Well,
Yeah, so it's also like more like Nakano, your instincts, your phantom instincts can sense the tear and split of the soul. So if that's something that you wanted to share with the rest of the group, that's up to you.
is there? Yeah.
Just because you're the only one that
there's
realizes
a way
that.
to like separate them, even more.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
it
You want to
seems
like try to
there's-
tear them apart from each other?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Do you want to do you want to leave one of those things attached to the web in and still attached to the stalactite, or do you want to pull them both
Definitely
off?
leave the thing in the web.
Leave it away.
Leave it in the web. Pull back.
So which part do you want to pull off? The creature or the idol?
Idol.
You want to pull the idol out of the thing that's destroying it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You grab the two pieces of the idol and try to tear the creature's like waist from the idol. Do you want to like cut it? Do you want to like cut the waist off of the
Yeah.
idol? Or do you want to like pull
Sure.
and tear, like rip and tear?
I'd rather rip it.
So you do like to rip.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So here's what I'll say. Because you have some extra limbs and this is like super intense and you can see the tether of the soul, you can go ahead and roll an athletics check at advantage to try to like snap and tear these tendons.
18.
18's pretty damn good. I'm gonna roll a contest against you. It is at disadvantage because it is restrained by your web. That was bad, and that was a natural 20. But because it was at disadvantage, it's only a 10. So you beat this thing, and you tear this, and you hear just the snapping and tearing of sinew and tendons as you. And you tear these two pieces of the idol off of this thing as it just screams and just in absolute terror and pain, which you guys have made the Salt Marshal believe are the sounds of painful pooping, and you now have these two chunks, these two they're still reasonably good sized chunks of the idol in your hand. They're two different pieces. These need to be destroyed too, but they're now separate from him, which possibly could make it easier to destroy them. That's your action. Anything else you'd like to do?
I could use. Did I do even more damage?
If you want a
Is that
bonus
possible?
action, like stab the creature
Yeah.
that's still in the web, yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
I don't know what's wrong with
So
me, but
it is. No.
I had that image in my head before.
Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that at all. So it is restrained, so you do have advantage on it, which means your bonus action attack
Ooh.
will have sneak attack.
Okay.
And
Both
advantage.
rolls at advantage. For attack, right?
Yep.
I
Your short
rolled
sword.
2 11s.
2 11s plus. Don't forget plus your dexterity and
My
proficiency.
plus 6.
So like your short sword.
Oh, dex.
Or your blade of Haladriel, because you can also, because it's also a light weapon.
The blade of Haladriel.
So I believe it's what, like plus 6?
Plus 6.
So
17.
17 just hits. So go ahead and roll all that damage.
Okay. 16.
16. 16 points of damage. Here's what you notice. As you've torn this eldritch, the idol off of it, its ability to try to retreat in the book is drastically affected as you see a bunch of like the spore particles of itself that are floating through the air begin to like fall to the ground as it's kind of losing its ability to like try to retreat as you've torn the soul now perfectly into twain. You stab into this thing and the blade of Haladriel and your powers like try to hone in on its soul energy. You fuck this thing up and you stab it and you you stab it right through and like up right to where its spine would be and where it's missing. And this thing makes one last gurgle as you have like the sword like up through its esophagus and it just goes limp on the edge of your blade and you feel half of its soul leave its body as you've killed its physical form, like its fleshy manifestation. Here's the other thing. You harvest the soul through your phantom ability, so you get that part from your phantom background thing that where you have the soul. I forget exactly what it's called.
Soul
but
Snatcher.
you get the coin thingy, whatever it is.
She just come up with names for a living.
She's a reaper.
Soul Snatcher is good.
You get. So here's the deal. You don't have this ability yet. But because this is such an amazing soul, you get one of the tokens of the departed. You only usually get this ability at 9th level. 9th level phantom, but you right now from this creature you have one soul token, what's called a soul trinket, meaning that while it's on your person, you have advantage on death saving throws and constitution saving throws for your vitality is enhanced. When you deal sneak attack damage on your turn, you can destroy one of your soul trinkets that's on your person and then immediately use Wails from the Grave without expending a use of that feature. As an action, you can destroy that soul trinket and no matter where it's located. And when you do so, you can ask the spirit associated with the trinket one question. If the spirit appears to you and answers in a language it knew in life, it is under no obligation to be truthful and the answers concisely as possible, eager to be free. Spirit only knows what it knew in life, yada, yada, yada. So if you ever get a chance to take a look at that ability, you have one soul trinket. You can't harvest any more yet because you're not 9th level, but you have one from defeating this creature because that was such a potent soul. Cool. Awesome. So you see her just brutally just eviscerate this thing, and as she pulls off the 2 pieces of the idol that are left, you guys, and do you tell them what you figured out with this thing?
Yeah, I told them the souls were kind of tearing it apart because like they're together.
Yeah.
They're one.
Yeah, and you like let them know that there's still part of its soul in here.
No.
Yeah. We still have to destroy these as well. but there's nothing trying to kill you
We have
right
to
now.
Nothing is
Right.
attacking
Oh.
us anymore, right?
Yeah. And it appears like
No.
because the soul has been like torn in so many pieces and is so damaged, even by touching these pieces of the Eldritch Idol, they're not turning you into like Piscean anatomy. Because it's just so damaged. Great. That's the end of Nakano's time. It goes to the top. Tamron, you're up as you just witnessed Nakano be just absolute boss.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I got one more spell slot left. So I got two more, I guess. Let's put the last pieces of the idol under the thing, and I'll cast magic missiles.
Sure. You
at
ask
level
Nakano to
2.
give them to you. She hands them to you. You put them on the pedestal.
Yeah.
And you're going to cast magic missile all on the stalactite?
Yeah.
At what level? How many of them?
Level 2, so 4.
Okay, cool. Let me know how much damage
Does
they do.
the damage matter? I also roll wild magic.
For this one, I think it may, but we'll see. I'll say if you do a lot of damage, it'll help with it. It'll help it like get more magic from it.
Oh, that's 3 1s and a 2.
Oh no. Okay, so just the second level. That's okay though. So 5. Okay. You see it spin up again, and you see one of the two pieces of the Eldritch Idol shake and shatter into dust. There's one piece left. No wild magic?
No.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any more spells? Should I use my last spell slot here? I mean,
Well, that was your action.
we're still on initiative?
Yeah.
All right.
I've got one more spell slot that can help us get away.
Oh, okay. Let's not use that.
Okay, that's the end of Tamron's turn then. No bonus action. And that goes to a scoop.
I
Is there
bolt
still
for the
pieces
dead
trying to
body.
get into the book?
I'm sorry?
I said I.
Are there still pieces trying to get into the book?
No, because the fleshy bit is gone. It's
Oh, great.
and it's like dissolving.
Great. Oh, well, the fleshy bits were just trying to get into.
Yeah, the fleshy bit was trying to. And now that it doesn't have like a conscious mind to be able to do stuff other than like, its soul, it can't. And she fucked it up. Its ability to do that, she fucked it up by actually tearing the soul in twain.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes. Go ahead. Scoop.
Can I get to 10? Can I get 10 feet to the body?
Yeah, it is currently dissolving, but yeah, it's still there.
And we use speak with dead.
Okay, cool.
Since it is a creature
Yeah.
and it is now a corpse,
Yeah.
and
it's
I know
currently
it
dissolving. Yeah.
and I know it currently has a.
Does it say it has to like share language with you, or only speaks the language?
It does. It said when it was screaming. It said you audible languages that were shouted out that we understood, but it just didn't make sense.
Right, no, I just want to know what it says in the spell. The
corpse knows up to what it knew in life, including the languages it knew. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or
because it wants to be free. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Does it need to roll a save or anything, or just succeeds?
it succeeds. I mean,
Dope. Okay, so here's the deal. You're still in initiative because like this thing, like you're trying to destroy this thing in a timely manner, and there's other things going on that you're not entirely aware of. Here's what I'll say: you can, when you cast the spell on that turn and every other turn, you can ask a question once per turn. Does that make sense? Because it takes time to ask and answer a question. Make sense?
okay.
Is that
So,
fair? But you get
yeah.
5 questions.
Yes.
Here's what I'll do. I will. This one you get for free. No biggie. No problem. I'm gonna roll for it every turn to see how fast it's dissolving. To see if it still is. There's enough of it remaining to be able to answer your questions. Make sense?
Okay.
Cool. But this one you get. Go ahead. Ask it a question.
Who created you?
You hear it say, "Yet created me." In your mind. It's like not in any particular languages. You just hear telepathically, and none of the rest of you hear it. Just you, Scoop. You hear it say, "Yitzglotl created me."
Yitzglotl.
Sound like a primordial evil. I don't know what.
And it says immediately after that, "The false wave."
Oh, I'm pretty much as soon as well. Okay.
If you want me to spell that for you, I can.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
lost glottals.
Yeah, it's Yitzglotl.
Oh, Yitzglotl.
Yitzglotl. Yes, I will spell it for you if I can spell it myself and find it. Actually, I think I know exactly where it is. It is in. Let me just pull up that document real quick. Yeah, there it is. Boom, 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 boom. Here we are. It is YTZGLOTTL. I'll do that one more time. YTZGLOTTL.
That's
Thank you.
so weird.
Okay,
Huh.
that's your turn. You still have your spiritual weapon out.
Yeah, I'm
I'm not really that hungry. So.
gonna take a whack at. Can I just put my spiritual weapon up to the down dude? The upside down, right?
The telescoping
lightsaber?
stalactite. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say you're probably more apt to succeed if you strike it with it.
Okay. Natural one.
Natural one. Okay, you just miss it entirely. You're too focused on the thing. You were just like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You just swing. I'm trying to have a conversation. Sure. Great. That's a Scoop's turn. Then we go to the thing. I'm gonna roll something for the leftover piece of the soul within the Eldritch Idol. See if anything happens. Nope, that was trash. Nothing happens. Can't do anything. Then Macheni, you're up.
All right. Given that it's pretty beat up, it's not technically a creature anymore. And I know what happened with it when I was trying to bash it on the island. I'll try to just channel. I'll go up to the periscoping stalagmite and basically try to channel the planar warrior and that energy and put it into it if I can. I know it's not typically how it's used, so totally up to you if that's shenanigans.
So you're trying to infuse your planar warrior energies into the stalactite thing.
Yeah, because
the telescoping mechanism. Okay, cool.
Exactly.
Here's what I'll say. You infuse your planar warrior energies by touching your arrows, right?
Yeah, or weapon or whatever.
I would say if you want to do that in the non-conventional way, in a little unorthodox way, you're gonna have to go up to it and try to pump it into somebody like a paladin would lay on hands. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So I'll do that to the slag.
Okay, cool. So you run back down the hall into the chamber, throw your hand on it, and you try to pump it. Here's what I would say: roll a spell casting check for me.
Okay.
So it's just a D20 plus your wisdom plus your proficiency.
11.
You pump your energy into it, and it does respond, but it's not enough to shatter the idol. It definitely does respond. So there's if it was any other type of ability or energy, it wouldn't have responded this way. But there's some innate link between your planar energy, how these things respond, the faceless, all these other like, you know, the well walls, like they're all connected in some way. And like, so
Yeah.
it definitely does respond to it. It's just, this is your first time doing it in an orthodox way, and you haven't really gotten the hang of quite doing it, but it does respond. You can try
Okay.
again if you want another turn, but that I believe is your bonus action? Or
It is
that
my
just-
bonus action.
Okay, that's your bonus action, yeah.
So action. I guess I'll just try to perceive if there's anybody coming down the hallway from, because I know I can't hit it to do any damage to it necessarily. So, or I'll pump a druidcraft into the thing
Okay,
for
yeah,
what
cool.
it's worth.
Yeah, it won't shatter the piece, but it'll make it stronger, and it will make it easier for the next person that pumps something into it for it to work. Make sense?
Okay. Yeah, for sure. And I'll stay nearby. Like I'll back up 5 feet, but be able to like just jump right back in there.
Yeah, you rub up, slap it, spank it like a baby's bottom, and pump two things into it that do make it stronger, but don't fully shatter it just quite yet. And then you step back so someone else can have a try. That brings us to Nakano.
Hit it. Come on, you got it.
She's coming.
Boom, 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 boom.
Okay,
You guys are making me
big mom.
hungry.
Mommy duties.
That's fine. Yeah, no
Not
worries.
for me, by the way. She's not my mommy. She's making the dog food.
Don't lie. Don't lie. On
I
live
started the
stream.
food. We made the food together.
Oh, look at her. She's like, yeah, I'm your mommy.
What? Where are we at? Right.
You can
It's
call
your
me
turn.
mommy.
The idol is barely hanging on.
Who's that? Barely him?
The idol.
Oh, the idol.
A scoop cast Speak with Dead with the remnants of the eldritch creature that was dissolving that you killed and eviscerated, and it said that its creator went by the name Yitzgaladal, the False Wave. And then Macheni ran up to the telescoping stalactite, slapped her hand on it, spanking it, and pumped her planar warrior energy and a druidcraft in it, and it does the effect. The sound sonic vibrations do appear to be ramping up, but they're not quite powerful enough to shatter the last bit of the idol.
I finish it.
Do you have magic you can pump into the thing?
No, I don't.
You do have thaumaturgy though, right? You have some spell because you are a tiefling. You have a cantrip that you can cast, I believe, at will. It's let me double check because you're a right, but you're a Lolth legacy. So let me double check. I think you have something.
Your blade is magical. Can you just kind of blast the blade on it?
It's not necessarily the same. It's like raw magical energy. Let me. Yeah. Let me double check. It's in Volos. I just want to open the Volos thing. I guess I'll have to. There it is. You guys excited for the new Dungeons and Dragons movie?
Wasn't that
I
like?
didn't know.
Didn't they say something about that a while ago, or was that recently?
I think it's coming out in
edition.
October or something.
When did they release a trailer?
I think
Few
like a
months ago,
month or
right?
two.
Oh,
but
the movie.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
the movie,
Oh,
but-
okay.
but the movie's
I'm like, there's
not-
another one.
No.
Didn't
It's
they
like,
try to do that once and it was like really bad?
yeah, the first one was not great. This one's
please
supposed to be
do.
fun, though. Yeah, sorry.
Probably.
Where does it
The
go?
Volos thing is booting up. Oh, there it is. Here we go. There we go. You know the Toll the Dead cantrip.
I didn't know I had.
Yeah, you know the Toll the Dead cantrip, and oh wait, no, I'm sorry, wrong one. No, you just always have spider climb on you. Never mind. I'm sorry. Wrong legacy. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah. So you don't have a cantrip, but yeah. I don't know what you want to do.
Blade.
Sometimes I just wave my hands magically and things happen. You could try that.
Here's what I can say. If you want to like give aid, like hold your action to do the help action to the next person who needs to roll a spell casting check. For to like try to destroy this thing and empower the thing, I can say that you can like tell them where to target their energies in order to like pierce the soul. Does that make sense? Because you can like see the soul with your phantom abilities.
So like help somebody at advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. You can
An
offer
advantage for the.
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah, you can do that. So I will give the next person who tries, you can use your action to do the help action to give the next person who tries advantage on the spellcasting check. You got it. That brings us back to the top. That's Tamron.
I will spend my final spell slot, so it better fucking work. To cast Magic Missile at level 1.
You got it.
Roll for Wild Magic. Watch, it's gonna proc. I'm gonna roll a 2. I can sense a 2. Okay.
Did you get it too?
No, I got a 7.
He's always single
and then I
digits,
knocked it away, and it was a 2. See, I knew there was a 2 in there somewhere. I could feel it.
Just needed a little push.
Yeah. All 2s. Look at all these 2s. I see. There's 3 2s all in a row here. So
Sean has spoken.
So you need
9 damage.
9 damage.
or
Okay, cool. Here's what I'm
magic.
gonna do. A bunch of cantrips have to pumped into this thing, and she's helping with the magic. She's telling you where to attack with the magic missile. Go ahead and roll a spellcasting check at advantage for me. So a D20 plus your charisma plus your proficiency.
Because I don't have to do a spell check for this thing.
Yeah, but this
is just a separate thing.
This is a separate thing just to see if you're because it's been cantrip after cantrip after cantrip leading up to your like finally putting a leveled spell into it, and you're kind of like releasing all that pent up energy.
My spell attack, yeah.
It's your spellcasting check, so it's just charisma plus your proficiency. So essentially, yes, it does boil down to the same thing as your spell attack modifier.
And
you get to roll it
19.
at advantage.
Oh.
Because Nakano's helping you.
19.
19. You release your magic missiles and they all hit this telescope, and it begins to vibrate entirely uncontrollably. And it begins to shake the actual foundation of itself as the telescoping pieces begin to clatter up against each other, and it releases out of all of a sudden, you guys don't even see it or hear it. There's this blast, and a bunch of detritus and dust just blind you for a moment, and it fills the area. And then when the dust settles, you see this telescoping stalactite is bursted open, destroyed, off kilter, completely missing, and there's nothing but dust on the pedestal. No sign of any eldritch idol or anything. You guys have destroyed the thing that allows them to do it, and you've destroyed 2 eldritch idols in the process. We're going to remain in it. It's gone. Your eldritch idol destroyed. You guys have been trying to do this for half the campaign. It is gone. We're going to stay in initiative just for a little bit because a Scoop still has Speak with Dead on his thing.
Oh, yeah.
You guys can choose to flee, or you can choose. That was also a very loud boom. Who knows what's happening? That was more of a mechanical boom, not of a painful, fleshy boom. So it doesn't sound. That's pretty obviously not a poop sound.
I make a poop sound over the
I
mechanical
was gonna
boom.
go upstairs
Okay.
today. Sorry. What did you say,
You
Sean?
attempt to cover up the mechanical boom with a poop sound.
Getting
Amazing.
real explosive out here.
Just those
What's the
shotgun
diarrhea?
shits that just go pop. Great, a scoop. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna do. If you guys are remaining to keep a scoop company and
You know-
staying with one, unless you guys want to flee, do you want to stay with the scoop, or do you guys want to leave him here?
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna leave
Okay,
this
cool.
scoop.
So you guys, so here's what we're gonna do.
I was.
Nakano's just like, fuck all off, you guys. I'm out of here.
Can you just pick up a limb and we can go?
Mm.
talking to you, a scoop.
What do you
Oh,
think?
he can't say anything while he's under while the spell is happening, because anything he says is going to be interpreted as a question
Can he
towards the
not-
creature.
Or shake his head, and if he does one or the other, can you guys relay it to me? Because I am having technical difficulties. I can't see you, but I can hear you. So the question was, do you want the gold? Like, just grab it and go, and we can talk to it as we go. Do you want the no?
Scoop
no?
is
Stay?
staunch. Yeah, he's like, no, I'm asking the questions right here, right now.
Okay, and I'll just post up and be ready to.
Nakata says
Take on
she's
anybody.
out of here, so I guess you start crawling down the hallway, kind of keeping watch to see if anybody's coming down or something.
I don't know. Does it say anything about me like leaving?
What do you?
Sure.
Is that
Like,
what
if
you
I
want to
leave
do?
the area?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Keep watch.
Cool. Yeah, you go down the hallway. You're just trying to give everybody a heads up, see if anything's happening. You want to get the fuck out of here, I assume. Like, yeah, you're ready to
We
go.
all come to you.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I guess I can go with them because there's no clarification that I have to stay with the body.
I mean, here's the deal. If you can't talk to it, if it's like you're having a conversation with somebody. If you run away from somebody, you can't have a conversation with them anymore.
Okay.
You know, it's like if you want to, do you want to try to pick up the part of the body that's dissolving and carry it with you?
Might as well. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Here's what I'll say. It's like all goopy and weird and wonky. Just roll like either a dexterity or a strength check for me.
It's an ick check that you're.
It's an ick check. Yeah.
17. Wait, is that just a straight roll?
It's for
Dexterity.
strength or dexterity. Add either your strength or your dexterity.
18. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, 18.
18. Okay, yeah, you pick up a good part of the body where you think its head is, maybe, or and yeah. And yeah, you just pick up this thing that's dissolving and dripping and icking in your hands, and you just nod at Nakano, and y'all just start to run down the hallway with this dissolving corpse. Yeah, we're just gonna. You guys move as fast as you're gonna move. You guys get out of here. We're gonna go on to the second question real quick because we're still in initiative to decide to see how long this body lasts before it's gone. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna roll a con save and see if it survives. Ooh, this is the last round. You have one more question on this thing. What's your last question?
How were you created?
How were you created? Ooh. Okay. You hear another dissonant whisper of voice enter your head from this thing. Madness from the far realm made me. Madness from all of those who believe that they are real. Madness.
Like, was it iron? Was it copper?
And then it just says madness as it straight up just dissolves into your hands and discorporates into the air.
Let's bolt.
You guys begin to bolt.
Let's do it.
So you guys just destroyed 2 eldritch idols, letting them fight it out in the book. Blew up a fucking thing that creates more sea spawn in the process of destroying 2 eldritch idols. Ripped souls apart as Nakano harvested a soul token from this creature and left destruction and chaos in your wake as you begin to flee from this temple. And that's where we're going to end this session. That's where we're going to end it here. I will, guys, let you know that was a huge turning point for you guys. That was a huge milestone. You guys are going to get to level 8 next time.
We did it. Yay, we leveled up.
Woo!
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. That's it for
Sweet.
today. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, stay safe out there. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.